What's up, guys? This is Ash with Squatch in the Pit, and we're here at iMatter Festival 2022 with WRISTMEETRAZOR. What's up, guys?
How's it going?
Not much.
Awesome. Let's go ahead down in the line to start. Tell me your name and what you do in the band.
I'm Tyler, I play guitar.
I'm Nate, I play guitar.
I'm Elaine, I play bass.
I'm Justin, I do vocals.
Awesome. Whole band here. First time at iMatter, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, welcome.
Thank you.
And I know we were just comparing it to the Vans Warped Tour. Did you ever get a chance to experience Warped Tour?
Not to play it, but to go, yes.
To go.
Yeah.
Many times.
Definitely went many times.
Yeah.
Yes, I see some smirks, smiles. Any stories?
Mhm.
I saw a guy streak to the guy streaked, and I think he thought it was funny, and then I think it ruined his life. So that was I don't think that was that funny. Just remember the cop talking to him and just shaking him, but he was naked, so shaking him.
I feel like I've heard
Wasn't
that,
that
but
cool?
not from you. God.
Yeah. But yeah,
Very
pretty funny.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, well, talking about you then, you guys have a new album out, Replica of a Strange Love.
Right.
What can you tell us about it? Tell us about your baby here.
It's an accumulation and an amalgamation of all the cool influences that I think that we've accrued from being on the road and from playing with our friends' bands and bands that we like, and then just kind of putting it all together into something that is really cool and utilizes more than just boring stereotypes and kind of cliche lyrics, stuff like that. It kind of puts more of a philosophical spin on it, and then also adds a lot of our metalcore influences with some other influences that we've picked up along the way.
Right. I was going to say, you're very heavily influenced from the early 2000s hardcore scene.
Mm-hmm.
What are your three most influential bands?
Darkest Hour.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to not say 18 Visions, even though we're on
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, the 18 Visions is the answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're on tour with
Being on
Asian
tour with them
Visions.
is like a dream.
Yeah, they definitely were a huge influence on it. Yeah, Darkest Hour is a huge influence. There's a lot of bands. I think we could say metalcore bands and it would be kind of pretty on the nose. But I think there's a bunch of other stuff too. As a band, we don't really sit around and listen to only one genre of music either, and we don't really kind of pigeonhole what the song's gonna sound like into one thing. It's why on the record there's kind of some dark wave tracks and there's some industrial stuff going on, and we kind of like that and want to dig into it deeper. And then there's also some heavier stuff. There's also some death metal influences and stuff like that. So
We love it. Now, you speak of philosophy here. So in your videos, I see the quote, "Hopeless romanticism is the past. Personal philosophy is the present."
Yeah. That was a
Break it down for me.
that was part of a press release that we put out when the record came out, and that was more so because at least on the lyrical side of it, I felt like in the past the band had been really all about kind of this hopeless romanticism kind of lyrical thing where it follows some tropes that a lot of people utilize in lyrics, like love lost and stuff like that. But moving into the COVID era, where we couldn't leave and we couldn't tour, and we couldn't do anything, I think it changed a lot of my perspectives as a lyricist. And so what I was writing about was more how I viewed the world as opposed to how I viewed myself. And moving forward, I think it's interesting because I feel more that both are one and the same, and I can see it both simultaneously. So while the first record might have been super personal, and me and our first guitar player wrote the lyrics half and half for that one, the last record I wrote all the lyrics for, and it was all very introspective, but with myself projected on the world around me. And the newest one, the one that comes next, will more so be an amalgamation of both of those things, with just how the world, how I feel I affect the world personally, and how the world affects me. And
So have you started writing the next album then, you're saying?
I wouldn't say started writing it, started conceptualizing it.
Okay.
You always like to start before you really write a record, just with the concepts that you can see yourself doing and instrumentally as well, just what we see ourselves moving forward, what's the next step, you know.
Right.
So that's basically where we're at with that.
Cool. So what drew you to play the iMatter Festival here? They wanted to do the 18 Visions tour on it. Yep.
And I think we like to be challenged, and this is definitely a very different kind of thing for us. So
Right.
it'll be a challenge.
Yeah.
I like it.
Cool. What is the craziest hit you've had at your show?
It wouldn't be on this tour deal. I mean, I've only been in the band for 3 tours, but the first tour I did with them was the Space Cowboy tour last fall, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
think I don't remember which show had the most fights, but that tour, in the 6 weeks we were on tour, there were at least 10 fights. Like at least 10 people got thrown out during our set.
Yeah, things get kind of crazy sometimes, but
It's not really a hit, but on the last tour, the Cleveland show, when
That
we
one
would
was
literally
crazy.
just point at somebody and say, stage dive, and they would
do
get
it.
up on stage and they would do it.
do it.
That
so
was
sick.
crazy.
You should do that today.
Yeah.
There'll be security guards at work.
Oh, we,
Yeah,
oh,
they'll
we-
love
definitely.
that.
yeah, we definitely will. We always at least try to put on
Encourage chaos.
a good show too. So
Definitely.
really good.
We're excited. This is going to be our first time seeing you.
Awesome.
So
Awesome.
super pumped. Let's talk about your merch game.
Sure.
Pretty tight here. Where do you get the inspiration for it? I see you got a Killer Clowns tee right
Uh-huh.
now.
All him.
The Happy Bunny.
Yeah.
Happy Bunny was me, Killer Clowns was all him, and
Yeah.
that shirt is like, we have 2 left.
Is,
The Killer Clowns.
I'm
They
not even
sold
gonna get one, you're
so
saying.
fast.
No, you still could. They are still there.
There's
but
2.
There's 2.
So I need to go right down after this
Yeah.
interview.
Pause the interview.
Pause.
So we're back. You got the shirt.
You got the shirt out, yeah.
So Killer Clown and Happy Bunny.
Yeah. The Killer Clowns ones is interesting. It has a kind of a backstory.
Yeah, it kind of pays homage to like nostalgia in a sense, because that was like one of the first like horror movies I ever seen.
Right.
And you know, some people can be like, oh, it's like corny or like doesn't hold up, but I don't know. I like it. I think it fits us as a band, so I
Yeah.
decided to do it.
And the Happy Bunny, you said it was all you?
The Happy Bunny one started as a joke because he made a joke on the last tour about how we should make a shirt with Hamtaro on it. and I threw it together in Photoshop and was like, oh, it's kind of funny, but also like kind of makes sense in a way, because it's like another weird, like almost subculture early 2000s
Right, early
influence.
2000s.
And my brain was like, okay, what other like subculture cartoon early 2000s rips could we do? And I used to love Happy Bunny. Like I had so many Happy Bunny posters when I was a kid, and I just dug for like the really weird old goth Happy Bunny stickers. Like there's the one where he had like the horns and the tail,
Yeah.
but I found the one where he had the knife, and I was like, that could be a shirt.
That's the one.
That could be something. And I wanted to put it on a shirt originally, but then like last second before this tour, I was like, we should get stickers. I'm gonna put it on a sticker.
Are you going to do a shirt in the future?
Maybe.
I think you
We'll-
should.
If we run out of the stickers and people like them enough,
Yeah.
we will do a shirt.
Let this kick it off.
Oh yeah. I hope so. They're like halfway gone, and we brought 100 of them. So
That's awesome.
You know.
So you do your own merch. Do you have more in the future, horror themed, or?
Oh, always. We always. I mean,
Probably.
so our merch is very, it's very fluid and very stream of conscious. So like once we like kind of come up with an idea, we usually just move on it. Like we'll be talking about something and be like, that could be cool.
Yeah.
Or it'll be like even as simple as like seeing something or paying homage to something, or even kind of doing a similar design to something that we also think is cool, kind of putting our own twist on it. So there'll definitely be a lot more. There'll be a lot more.
Okay, cool.
Always.
And I see you're in the vinyl game too. Do you guys
Oh, yeah.
collect?
Yeah.
I have a little bit.
A little bit?
I collect
Thank
CDs. I don't really collect vinyl.
Okay, what's your most prized possession in your vinyl collection?
Oh god, I don't know. I don't have many. I have like maybe 30, and they're all just like weird ones I've picked up over time.
Yeah.
I don't know about my most prized one, but the ones that I have that get the most play, I have a couple Mastodon picture discs
Okay.
that I got from a record store in my hometown that I listen to a lot.
I would second Tyler. I also kind of collect CDs, so I don't have as many
CDs are
vinyl.
making a comeback.
I have
Lots
some.
of CDs and
I have
DVDs.
some cool CDs. I have some like special edition. I have like, I in like the late '90s, I got the original Downward Spiral by Nine Inch Nails and the like cardboard box from like from a collector. From like,
Nice.
honestly, it was probably from like Sam Goodies or something. But it was like, it's like the collector's edition. So that's what I look back on that one as like one of the first cool things that I ever really bought.
Awesome. All right, and then after iMatter here, you're gonna continue on your dream tour with 18 Visions.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's up after that?
After that, I think we're going to focus on writing, and you know, we actually, you know what, to be more fair, right after that is Furnace Fest in
That's
Birmingham.
huge.
Yeah, it's a big
Have
one.
you played it?
We haven't. It's going to be the first time. It's a really big
It's
deal.
your first trip around for a lot of these festivals.
Absolutely. This is our first year doing the kind of the festival thing in the U.S., so
Right.
it's been a really cool kind of experience to be able to play some big ones that we like, and then
You
play with
deserve
bands
it.
we
Yeah.
like. Thank
we got
you.
to do
Yeah.
So What?
Thank you so
a few
much.
months ago. It's
Yeah,
great.
yeah. No, we've been able to play. We got
So what's awesome?
yeah, we
So
played
fun.
we played the So What Festival, and playing today with like Hope's Fall and 18V and Devil Wears Prada. Like that's huge. And
Yeah,
then Furnace.
Kings.
Yeah, exactly. But then after that, I think we're probably going to focus on pushing forward with new material and kind of go from there.
Awesome. Well, we look forward to it. Anything else we need to know?
Not that I can think
Yeah, I'm not sure.
of.
Watch out.
Well, then this is Ash checking out here with Wrist Meets Razor iMatter Festival 2022. See ya.